Hello, dear students. How are you? I hope you all are safe at home. Dear students, today I will teach you chapter 9 India, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. In this chapter, what do we will study? India's natural vegetation. Natural vegetation refers to the primeval plant cover unaffected by man either directly or indirectly. It includes natural forests, grasslands, shrubs, bushes, etc. It excludes all planted or cultivated vegetation. The natural vegetation of an area is also known as flora of the area. The various factors that affect the natural vegetation of an area are its climate, soil, landform, rainfall, temperature, etc. It is found that rainfall is a factor is more important than temperature. The type of vegetation an area will have a largely dependent on the amount of rainfall that the area receives. The various types of forests are largely different due to different amount of precipitation the area receives and the temperature of the place. While forests like mangrove forest, swamp forest, sandy coastal forests are different due to different types of soil. Now about forest or classification of forest. India has variety of plants life. It is an about 45,000 plant species, means 45 around about 45,000 types of plants are there. It has an equal distribution of rainfall and temperature. Also, there is a wide seasonal variation. Owing to all these factors, a great variety of natural vegetation is found in different parts of India. For the sake of simplicity, the natural vegetation of India is divided into 5 types: tropical evergreen forest or rainforest, tropical deciduous forest, thorn forest or dry forest, tidal or mangrove forest, mountain forest. Okay, first of all, tropical or evergreen forests. These forests are known as tropical rainforests. They are found in areas of high rainfall, over 200 centimeter. The trees of the forest are tall and form a dense network. Due to adequate rainfall, the trees of this forest do not shed their leaves and remain green throughout the year. Thus, these forests are also known as evergreen forests. Hardwood trees like teak, rosewood, ebony, and ironwood are commonly found in these forests. Okay, the evergreen forests are found in the Western Ghats, the hill of northeastern India, parts of West Bengal and Odisha, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and some parts of the Himalaya. Now about deciduous forests or tropical deciduous forests or monsoon forests. These forests are also known as monsoon type of forests. These forests are found in the area receiving a rainfall of 150 to 200 centimeter. with a long dry season. Unlike evergreen forests, the trees of this forest shed their leaves in the dry season to deal with shortage of water. The trees are not very tall and are widely placed in the forest. The main trees of this forest are teak, sal, bamboo, mulberry and sandalwood. Okay, the trees found in this forest are good source of timber. Timber means the wood which we use for furniture. These forests cover a large part of the peninsular India. The main areas where these forests are found are eastern side of the Western Ghats, the northern plains, northeastern parts of the Deccan Plateau, and on the lower slopes of the Himalayas. Now about thorn forests or dry forests. Dry forests are also known as thorn or shrub forests. They are found in area with 75 to 100 centimeter of rainfall and having hot and dry climate throughout the year. These forests have trees with small leaves to avoid loss of water and deep roots to draw water deep down from the ground. Thorny trees and short bushes dominate these forests. Plants like kher, acacia, babool, cacti, khajur, kikar, etc. are commonly found in this semi-desert region of Rajasthan and the southern part of Punjab and Haryana. Okay, now about tidal or mangroves forests. These forests are found in and around river deltas, estuaries and creeks. These forests are also known as littoral forests or mangrove forests. The trees of the forest grow in marshy areas. Sundari trees is an example of such forests. The most famous of this forest is the Sundarban forest in the Ganga Delta of West Bengal. This is called Sundarban Delta because there are so many Sundari trees are there. Mangrove forests are also found in some coastal regions of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay. Now about mountain forests. These forests are also known as montane forests. These forests are found in the hill of South India and the Himalayas, in the foothills of Shivalik mountains. Tropical most deciduous forests are found. The coniferous forests are found at the greater height, like 1500 meter to 300 meter. The alpine forests are found beyond a height of 3000 meter. Okay, and what is found there? See, this kind of, you can see there which kind of forest can found where. Now in the last, after alpine meadow, what is there? Snow line is there. Right. Now what are the special features of this kind of forest? A variety of vegetation ranging from tropical to alpine found in this area depending on altitude and rainfall. Alpine meadow you can say, subtropical mixed deciduous and coniferous 1800. Okay, then Coniferous forest. Coniferous forest is there. Here you can see between 2900 meter to 3500 meter stunned junipers, birch, rhododendrons and fir survive. These are the name of trees. Alpine forests and grassland grow above 3500 meter. Tree line is the height beyond which trees are not able to survive. Means up to here trees can survive, and after this what starts? Snow line. Okay, and main trees I told you, importance and conservation of forest now. What is the main importance of forest? Apart from direct uses of forest and forest products, they are useful in a number of ways. The importance of forest can be explained like prevention and control of soil erosion. Right. The erosion of soil caused by wind and flowing water can be effectively prevented and controlled by forest, and they provide a variety of forests such as forest products such as timber, wood for fuel and for furniture, fodder, gums, lac, medicinal herbs, and destruction of forest as well as cutting down of trees causing increased runoff as water and leads to increased risk of soil erosion. It is also loosens the soil. Its fertility is lost and the area becomes less productive. So these trees should not be cutted. Okay. Now flood control. Flood control, they help us in controlling the flood. Trees help in regulating the natural flow of water and in controlling floods. Trees act as hundreds of small dams that check the flow of water and store it. The destruction of forest has led to increase the frequency and intensity of floods. Checks desertification. Deserts are spread when sand particles are carried to nearby areas by winds. Trees hold the soil together and avoid its erosion. Trees do not permit easy transportation of sand particles by wind. Thus, forests put a check on the spread of deserts. Increase of soil fertility. The fallen leaves from trees and other organic material when decomposed add humus to the soil. This increases the fertility of the soil. Okay. It is therefore important to protect our forests. Forest research institutes have been set up at Dehradun in Uttarakhand and Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. Therefore, it is a proper government policy for protection, preservation and development of forests. It means there are so many laws made by government to protect this forest. It aims at preventing the spread of desert and checking soil erosion, efficient utilization of forest products, and optimum substitution of wood with other products. Okay, and government has put certain controls. Exports of forest products and made sandalwood oil a restricted item. of export. Means sandalwoods, precious sandalwoods, we cannot export in other countries. Social forestry programs like One Mahotsav we celebrate in schools also. Government give to the students to grow more and more trees in free of cost, which involve planting of trees along roads, railways, and at their homes also, in parks also, and hill slopes also, and are being taken up. Tribal territories have been protected as well to save their forests. They are living in, tribes are usually living in forest only. That's why they are doing such kind of activities. But this is our duty also to protect the forest. Many movements are also there to conserve to protect our forest. Chipko movement in Uttar Pradesh, Bishnoi movement started 400 years ago in Rajasthan, Silent Valley movement against a hydel project on Periyar river in Kerala that would have destroyed a dense forested region in the Western Ghats. Okay, so now wildlife in India. As we know, India has a very diverse geography, climate, and habitat. It is home to a variety of animals and birds. A wide range of wildlife is found in different parts of India. The total number of animals, birds, and insects found in India is huge. It is estimated that about 80% of all wildlife species find representation in India. Among the mammals in India, the elephant is the largest. It is found in Assam, West Bengal, Uttarakhand, Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. The second largest mammal of India is rhinoceros. It is found in West Bengal and Assam. The wild buffalo, also known as Arna, is found in Assam and Chhattisgarh. The gaur or Indian bison is found in the forest of central India. Tiger, the national animal of India, is found in West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, and the foothills of Himalayas. The number of tigers has decreased to a large extent. Therefore, special habitats have been made for tigers in national parks, sanctuaries, and wildlife reserves. India is also home to large number of lions. They are found in Gir forests of Gujarat. Yak, wild sheep, and goats are found in the Himalayan region and in Jammu and Kashmir. Other animals like bears, leopards, panthers, deers, etc. are also found in the forest of India. Also, animals like hyenas, jackals, monkeys, etc. are found. A variety of reptiles and insects are found in India. Cobra is a well-known poisonous snake found in India. Python is also found in the jungles of India. Besides, a number of poisonous and non-poisonous reptiles and snakes are found. Crocodile are found in the rivers, lakes, and other water bodies. Gangetic dolphin, which is a national aquatic animal of India and is found in the waters of Ganga. The coast of Odisha is famous for Ridley's turtle. A large variety of birds are also found in India. The jungles of India are home to hundreds species of birds. Siberian crane migrates from the cold areas of Siberia to Bharatpur in Rajasthan every winter. The national bird of India is peacock and is widely found in India. The ground birds found in India and the great Indian bustard, peafowl, quail, partridge, etc. are found in India. You can see this map. Here are given national parks for green color, for green circle for this national park. So many national parks are there in India. Wildlife sanctuaries are there. Tiger projects are there. Bird sanctuaries are there to conserve to save the wildlife in India. Now, protection of wildlife. Right. There is a great pressure on the natural environment due to the ever-growing population of India. Forests are cut down to make way for agricultural fields, settlements, etc. This has resulted in the loss of habitat of a number of wild species. Their population is declining rapidly. This is a serious trend and must be checked. Taking a note of this, the government has taken a number of steps for the preservation of wildlife. The government of India has made various acts and bodies with the sole objective of wildlife conservation. A specific project called Project Tiger was initiated in 1973 to protect tigers from extinction. Project Elephant was launched in 1992 for the preservation of elephants in their natural habitats. Many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries have been made to maintain animals and birds in their natural habitats. A wildlife sanctuary similar to a national park is dedicated to protect the wildlife and concerned species. Zoological parks are also there. Okay. And what is there? There are some different zoo are also there in Rohtak also. One zoo is there, Tilyar, at Tilyar. And there are so many animals are there. They are kept there for their protect. So this chapter is over. And exercises also with it. You will do it also in your notebook, complete your work and learn it also. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.